Hello and welcome everyone. Wondering, are you tired all the time? You've just lost your enthusiasm and sometimes you're dragging your feet and all of a sudden you're getting this afternoon rush. You're wondering how? And it's not because you had coffee. Well, today I'm going to talk about adrenal fatigue. And if you're saying to yourself, well, Tanya, how do you know about adrenal fatigue? How would you know how to talk about it? Myself, I'm a self-care coach covering health, wellness, and fitness. I've helped numerous women with their goals, their personal goals when it comes to health, wellness, self-care, and self-love. And I myself, in 2017, actually suffered from adrenal fatigue myself. So today I'm going to give you the symptoms of adrenal fatigue, the signs that you have adrenal fatigue, and I'm going to give you some tips to help you along. And at the end, I'm going to actually give you a test that you can do right now after you watch this. You can do on yourself to test if possibly you have adrenal fatigue. And how do you test that? Based on your cortisone levels. Your cortisone level, where it's at, and if it's totally out of whack. I'm going to talk and show you that at the end. So as far as for adrenal fatigue, not just women, but also men suffer. And, it's sometimes often misdiagnosed. That's why I feel really, really important to talk about it. And a lot of people are starting to hit adrenal fatigue. There are 4 different levels, and often you'll be in one level for 1 or 2 years before you go into the next. So myself, there's 4 levels. I was in level 2 for about 2 years, and then I went into level 3 for about 1.5 years, and I needed to deal with that because level 4 is really critical. You end up in the hospital, and a lot of other bodily functions and mindset is really affected by it. They know already today that 75% of the population is so stressed out, right? And it's really important that we learn to deal with the stress and how to lower it and really are mindful of it so that you're not like this never-ending engine and finally hit a wall and crash. No one wants that to happen, right? So it's really important you become aware of that. I can personally give you key signs and symptoms. You can reach out to me and I'll let you know that. When you have adrenal fatigue, basic function of memory, basic function of doing things, basic things of what brought you joy, all those situations no longer exist when you are in adrenal fatigue. I have things written down to make sure I don't forget anything because it's really, really important, this topic today. And what happens when you have adrenal fatigue? You have these things called adrenal glands. I won't go into that because it's a whole different topic. And they're basically, adrenal glands are important for everyday life. And when you have adrenal fatigue, they are depleted. And that's why the stress goes up, right? If you take any kind of vitamins, even if you eat healthy, when you are in adrenal fatigue, your adrenal hormones can no longer absorb that, all right? So all those good minerals and vitamins you're taking in, your body can no longer absorb it. As far as your mental and emotional well-being, roller coaster galore. Now, when you have adrenal fatigue, your cortisone levels skyrocket as well. And your hormonal body functions are all over the place. You also have really good bacteria in your gut that helps with digestion and absorption of vitamins and minerals. When I talked about your body can't absorb those vitamins and minerals, because those good gut bacteria are now decreased when you have adrenal fatigue. As far as who is most at risk for adrenal fatigue, women, although men get it too, shift workers, medical professionals, frontline workers. If there has been a history of drama or severe illness, either for yourself or in your family, or someone close to you, you've something happened to them, and all these things in your life and yourself as well. You're hitting with all these dramatic things and stressful events that can lead to adrenal fatigue as well. Eating disorders, if you have eating disorders, if you have a poor diet, and if you lack exercise, all those things can lead to adrenal fatigue. And you and I both know eating balanced, moving your body or exercise, and learning positive ways to release stress are so fundamentally important for so many other things. Now, signs and symptoms of adrenal fatigue. You're exhausted all the time. You're fatigued. And even though you got 6 or 8 hours sleep, you just have no energy and you're drained. And I mentioned earlier too, all of a sudden you might have this afternoon rush. That can happen with adrenal fatigue. Your tolerance for exercise, no more. You lack it. You don't want to move. You don't want to exercise. You don't even want to do anything is sign and symptom of adrenal fatigue. And your muscles, your joints are sore, and it's not from exercising. You're waking up and you're saying, my body's sore, everything hurts. It aches. Those are signs. You're not sleeping well, so you're lying in bed and it's taking forever to fall asleep. You have insomnia. You're waking up numerous times throughout the night. You have irregular periods. I know PMS is also a sign of irregular periods, but definitely fatigue, adrenaline fatigue. Your sugar levels are very low. And weight gain, it's just you're wondering, I'm not doing anything different. I'm moving my body. I'm eating healthy. I'm eating balanced, but I'm gaining all this weight. Again, we talked about cortisone levels. It's adrenal fatigue. You gain weight unknowingly, and you don't know why. And the ability to lose weight, it doesn't happen anymore. You have inability to lose weight. You have cravings, extreme cravings for sugar and for salt. Your mood, nothing brings you happiness. You have so much brain fog and you feel anxious and a lot of anxiety. You're really sensitive to chemicals and your allergies. Maybe you weren't allergic to something before, and all of a sudden you're really sensitive and you have allergy symptoms to something that didn't even bother you before. And you're also very sensitive to electronic things and cell phone. So those are key signs and symptoms. And when I mentioned about the weight body change, again, has to do with your cortisone level. And at the end, I'm going to show you a simple cortisone levels test you can do on yourself right now. All right, but that's coming at the end. Basic tips of how to get out of adrenal fatigue. And one thing before I talk about that, I want to mention how I was affected by adrenal fatigue. So in 2015, I started to get these signs and symptoms that I was just talking about. And they were minimal, but it's like, oh, okay, what's going on? I don't know. And I just kind of ignored it, right? But then in 2017, it really started to hit me hard about my body just putting on weight, lacking, wanting to do exercise. I started having anxiety, like mood disorders, sleep disorders. I was just aching everywhere. I'd wake up exhausted even though I had 6 to 8 hours sleep. Extreme PMS syndromes, yes. Extreme brain fog. If I didn't write down everything, I couldn't remember. And massive sugar cravings. So those were my really heightened signs and symptoms that I had in adrenal fatigue in 2017. So I'm, everywhere I'm looking, a lot of women are starting to show those signs and symptoms that are so cute about adrenal fatigue, and that's why I'm talking about it. So basic tips. Now again, these are basic tips, but I really recommend it you see a medical professional. But before you maybe can get in to see them, here are some tips for you to get you on that road to recovery. Okay. Eliminate sugar and caffeine. Okay. Because again, caffeine and sugar affects your hormones, affects your cortisol. And if it's already unbalanced, your cortisol, the sugar and the caffeine is not going to help. As far as eating, change to eating. Instead of 3 huge meals, have 4 to 6 smaller meals. So have your breakfast with a snack, and then your lunch with a snack, and then your evening meal. So that's what I did as well, and it really helps. So smaller meals, because then your body's more able to absorb what you're having, and you're better able to digest it. Because remember, as I talked about, your healthy gut bacteria in your stomach, that helps to digest, that's out of whack too. So having big meals is going to make it harder on your body to digest it. So smaller, simple meals. And consume fermented foods, so like kefir, homemade kombucha, and add sauerkraut to your weekly meals. So that's what I was doing. I was eating once a week. I was eating sauerkraut with my meal. Fermentation is really good with raising the healthy bacteria in your gut, is starting to as well. Supplements you can take is vitamin C, and everybody should take vitamin C, even if you have allergies. Vitamin C really helps to build up that immune system. And do what I do as well. I always drink lemon water in the morning. You know, I've talked about that. So that helps you absorb vitamin C. The lemons has vitamin C in it. Rhodolia is very good. Probiotic enzymes are really good to take. And also, I'm going to add in the comment, or I'm going to add at the bottom of this video, I'm going to give you a link for a vitamin that I took, and I'm going to add a discounted code to that. So the vitamin that I took during my healing process of 8 weeks, I took this vitamin. Again, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the video with a direct link for a discount code, so you can purchase that as well and get on this road to recovery for adrenal fatigue. Hello. Exercise. Big one, right? Because as you know, one of my strengths as a coach is talking about fitness and being physically active. When I was in adrenal fatigue, I stopped all that hardcore. I won't say hardcore, but I stopped running. I stopped cycling. I stopped working out with heavy weights. For 8 weeks straight, I cut that all out. And my light basic cardio, I went for walks. And then when I started after 8 weeks slowly getting into exercise again, then I slowly added in runs, and I used light weights to begin with. So again, exercise like walking, that's not hard on your body. And so light walking, cardio, and very, very light weights. If you do work with the weights, you have longer rests in between your workout. Because again, your body's exhausted, right? Your hormones are exhausted. So you want to give your body more rest periods in between to be able to heal. Lifestyle. I cannot stress this enough. Whether you suffer from adrenaline fatigue or not, you need to have 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. Not any less. And I'm talking about good quality sleep. Good quality sleep. Okay. As far as your work habits, please, please, please make sure you take a lunch hour break and do not eat at your desk or at your workstation. Go away. If you can get in nature to eat your lunch, if you can get to a quiet spot to eat your lunch, but take it away from your desk, because your workstation, your desk, you're not going to be able to relax, and you want to be able to enjoy your meal, for your body to taste the foods, to begin absorbing what you're eating, those vitamins and minerals. Get out, connect with nature. So when you go on those walks, even if it's winter, bundle up, but connect with nature. Nature has an amazing positive energy, and they help you distress. They help you release. Your shoulders will come down. You'll enjoy the sights and sounds around you and just help you unwind. And of course, be mindful and give yourself self-love. by acknowledging the important person you are, having gratitude every day, making time for yourself every day. Because if you don't take care of yourself and you don't take care of this adrenal fatigue that's happening, the last thing you want to do is end up in the hospital. So those are the signs and symptoms and tips that I'm sharing with you. So the adrenal fatigue, it's a paperclip, is coming. The test I was talking about for cortisone levels, to check them out. Listen, if you want more information about, more in depth about adrenal fatigue, and you want to talk to me about them, please reach out and let's set up a wellness chat so I can answer your questions and help you with, however you're struggling with adrenal fatigue. So here's the test and how to know. It's a simple test, how to know if your cortisone levels are down. Now, I'm going to do it on my arm just because we're on video here, but I recommend you do it on your stomach. So you're going to take something sharp, like a fork, or I have a paper clip. I just unfold it, okay? And this is a basic skin test. What you're going to do with your paper clip, I'm just, again, because we're on video, I'm going to do it on my arm. You can do it on your stomach, though, so use a fork or a paper clip. What you're going to do is you take the paper clip and you draw a line, okay? So as you can see, it's white. So what's going to happen is it's white right now. In a few minutes, you can see it's starting to, well, maybe it's hard to see here, but it's starting to go pink, and then it's going to go red. If yours goes pink and then into red, then your cortisone levels are fine. They're balanced, as you can see. And then note, though, if it stays white and it does not go pink or red, then your cortisone levels, you're having issues, okay? So again, after you did that line, it'll go pink and then red. If by chance it does not go red, then there's cortisone levels issues your body's going through, and I please highly recommend that you go see your medical profession and get that looked after. So that is about it today. If there's a lot here for you to absorb, then don't worry about trying to, rewatch this and write it all down. Send me an email. I'll put it down below the video, and I will send you a PDF of all the things I just talked about, so you have it as a visual for you. And yeah, definitely let's chat, get you on this road to recovery. It's so, so important. All right. And go ahead, comment down below as well. I love reading your comments. If you catch this on YouTube, subscribe on the right-hand side and hit that notification bell so you know every time I put in a new video. Tanya Otterstein-Liehs, wish you a wonderful day. And of course, before you go to bed today, think about the best thing that happened. And when you wake up, think about and even write down 5 things you're grateful for. Take care of everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.